Greetings from South Korea. I am Adang, Arirang News AI anchor. Here is the news making headlines today. South Korea's National Assembly opened a hearing on Wednesday into the massive data breach at e-commerce giant Coupang. Lawmakers questioned the company's leadership on how the leak occurred, its data security practices, internal oversight, and who should be held responsible, as founder Kim Bum-seok again failed to appear. Harold Rogers, the new CEO of US-based Coupang Inc., appeared at the hearing and apologized to customers, saying the company is working with regulators and preparing a compensation plan as facts are confirmed. The Assembly's National Policy Committee has also stepped in, deciding to file an official charge against Kim for failing to testify without justifiable reason and advancing tougher penalties for serious data breaches. South Korean National Security Advisor Ri Sung-nak arrived in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, about a month after the allies released a joint fact sheet outlining trade and security agreements. We raised the possibility of a separate South Korea-U.S. agreement related to the construction of nuclear-powered submarines, referring to a bilateral agreement that the U.S. has with Australia that allows them to circumvent an existing agreement. We suggested South Korea could also explore a separate agreement with Washington, as the current agreement prohibits the military use of nuclear materials. We is also scheduled to visit New York for talks with United Nations officials before returning to South Korea. A South Korean private space company is set to attempt its first commercial rocket launch early Thursday. Innospace will launch its small rocket Hanbin-nato from Brazil's Alcantara Space Center, carrying a payload of 5 mini-satellites and 3 other instruments to an altitude of about 300 kilometers above the Earth. If successful, it will mark the first time a South Korean private firm has placed customers' satellites into a low Earth orbit. The launch will be live-streamed on YouTube, with the rocket expected to release its payload about 7.5 minutes after liftoff. Samsung Electronics kicked off the second round of sales at 10 a.m. this morning for its double-folding Galaxy TriFold. After the initial batch sold out in just 5 minutes last Friday, industry watchers estimate today's supply is also limited to a few hundred units nationwide. While the official price tag sits at roughly 3.6 million won, around $3,000, scarcity has driven resale prices on secondary markets to between 4 and 5.5 million won. The device features a massive 10-inch screen when fully unfolded, and is the thinnest among the Galaxy foldable series powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite platform. Director Park Chan-wook's film No Other Choice has been named a preliminary nominee for an Oscar in the International Feature Film category. The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced a shortlist for 12 categories on Tuesday ahead of the 98th Academy Awards. In the International Feature Film category, 15 films were selected from submissions representing 86 countries and regions including South Korea. Also shortlisted was the song Golden from Netflix's animated film K-pop Demon Hunters for Best Original Song. Final nominees will be announced on January 22nd, with the Academy Awards set to take place on March 15th. That is all from me today. Thank you for watching.